Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome so much to Play Social. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. For those returning subscribers, returning viewers, thank you so much for your support. So guys, today I want us to talk about the next step to take if you are selected for the DV lottery, and this is the DV 2024. So guys, there are like 10 steps for the DV lottery, immigration visa. And the first step is when you apply to the green card. And then the second step is, checking your results. And now you're selected. So what will happen after that? So on this video, I'm going to give you a quick guide on what to do. And I have some advice. So at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you my biggest advice. So let's do it. Welcome back. So guys, if you're selected, I just want to clarify that this video is for people that were selected. For those people that were not selected, I'm gonna do a video and we're gonna talk about what you can do next. So if you are selected, number one thing to do is to make sure that you qualify for the visa, for the immigrant visa. So being selected does not mean that you're coming to the United States. It means that you're selected to continue with the visa processing process. So as you can see, if you remember, if you read that letter that came after you put your confirmation number, it said that you are among the people that were selected for a further processing. So they are limited visas. So first of all, before you continue, because now after this, after you're selected, the next step is gonna involve you to spending money, and before you get to that point, it's better to make sure that you have the qualifications that will help you get a visa. So number one, you have to check if you have the right education. You have the right education that's required. So as we talked before, when we were applying for the DV lottery, we talked about the education requirement, and they require you to have a high school diploma or some education that is equivalent to 12 years of school here in the United States. So if you're in a country like Kenya, if you have your KCSE certificate, you qualify for that. So make sure you have that education. If you don't have your high school diploma, you can use your work experience. So if you've been working in a job that you went for training for at least 2 years, and you've been working for that job at least for the last 2 years, in 5 years, you must have like 2 years of experience in that particular job. You can use that as your qualifying education background. Again, guys, make sure you have the right passport. So, it might sound like it's not true, but some people use like a fake passport number to get into the TV lottery. So if you use a visa that's not valid, you might as well not continue with this process because they will detect that and they will, of course, nullify your application. So once you verify that you have the qualifications that are required, now you go and fill out the DS-260. The DS-260 is the form that you fill out to apply for a visa. So this form, it's gonna ask a lot about your information. So what you wanna make sure is that you wanna make sure that the information that you gave them when you're applying for the DV lottery matches the information that you give them. Some things may have changed, such that you might have gotten married, you might have maybe gotten a new baby. So if there are such changes, you need to make sure that you put them in the DS-260. So you as the main applicant, you're the one to fill out the DS-260, and then you put information for other people that will be coming with you. These are your spouses and your children. Children are younger than 21 years old. Make sure that you read the instructions for the DS-260 before filling it up because they're very particular, they're very specific with how they want it done. You have to make sure that you're putting in the right information in those forms. So once you fill out your DS-260, and guys, make sure that you're not delaying with this process because, like, if your case number is among the first case numbers, they're gonna be, giving people interview dates, and if you haven't sent your DS to 60, you end up being skipped. So it's better to just make sure that you're, doing these things on time. After you fill out your DS to 60 and you send it back to Kentucky, it's more of a waiting game, waiting for the Kentucky consular to contact you with an interview date. But as you wait, it's time for you to get your documents ready, your birth certificate. Some people don't have the birth certificate for some reason, they lost them. Making sure that all your documents match. If you don't have your school documents ready, make sure that this is the time you're going to these different schools that you went to and getting your school document, especially the high school diploma. If you have maybe a college diploma or something, and maybe you have some fee arrears and you can get it out of the school, that's fine because some careers too are not recognized here in the United States. So you might want to just save yourself from that. So again, if you are in the military, it's time for you to start getting your military record. And there's this thing that people say if you're in the military that they're gonna deny you. No, the reason they ask for this record is to get data about you. Like if there's anything you did in the military that might prevent you from coming to the United States, then they wanna know that. Mostly, this is if there's any criminal record. Start planning on how you're gonna get your police record for any country that you've lived. If you've lived in a country for like 5 years, they're gonna need police records from that country. You're gonna still be required to submit more photographs of yourself. The requirements are still the same. If you haven't watched my video on photo requirements for embassy, the requirements are the same. So you might also start working on getting those photos for the visa to get called for the interview. Guys, this is my piece of advice. Once you get selected, it's time to. So being selected doesn't mean that you're gonna come to the United States because as you've had, there's so many other steps that are required. There's so many other documents that you have to send and prove, and you have to give them a lot of proof that you're a person that they wanna bring to their country. So, just keep it calm. Just, keep it to yourself. Don't go telling people at work that, you're not your life is based in the US. So it's time just to keep it to yourself, do the process. Once maybe you're called for the visa, you can start hinting to people that you might be going to the United States. But until you hold the visa like this, it's still a hoping game. It's still like, we're just praying that we get this visa. So guys, keep it to yourself and the next video. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.